What's up, doll collectors, hobbyists, fabsome besties? I'm Toya, an adult doll collector. Welcome to my miniverse. Let's see, what are we gonna do today? Wow, there's a party in the comments on our last video, where we checked out some of the new Naturalistas and fashion. Toya, do the Naturalista shoes fit Wicked dolls? Naturalista's feet have a pretty steep incline. Kinda similar to the Wicked dolls, but you can see some differences. And the Wicked dolls have wider feet. But let's try on some of the new shoes and see if they fit. Let's start with the blue heels. Oh, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna say yes. I was able to get the sneaker on. There's a little room in the back of the house shoe, but you could probably get away with it. The white chunky boots are a yes, and she can be balanced to stand. But it does take a little bit of work to get them off and on. I found the tall white boots with a little scrunch at the top to be the most difficult, but it can be done. Oh, but take care, because there's a risk of splitting the shoe. So yeah, there's that. But speaking of Naturalistas, I am slowly swapping their heads with my original girls to give them more articulation. We swapped Paige in the last video. Now it's Kelsey's turn. Mwah-ah-ah. While the head is still soft, let's quickly put it on the new body. Warning, customizing can ruin your doll forever. You have been warned. I was worried that the skin tone wouldn't be a perfect match, but it doesn't look too bad. But there is a giant tattoo on the doll's back, so there's that. I give her a little trim, and she's ready to go. Now we got all this packaging. Maybe we can make something with it, but we might also need a bigger box. Well, I do have this one. It's the Barbie World Backyard Garden. I bought it for about $25 a couple of weeks ago, and it's been patiently waiting for me to get to it. The box is a little under 13 inches tall and 14 inches wide. Let's very carefully open it up. We can remove the insert from the box. And we might as well take a moment to check out the playset. It comes with a pink greenhouse shelving unit. There's a decorative plastic window at the top. There's a little plastic on the sides, small cutouts, and a green plastic vine where we can attach the included butterfly and flowers. There's a hanging plant that we can hang in the greenhouse. We have seeds, gardening tools, a watering can that looks like it's pouring water when you tilt it, 2 plastic terracotta pots that look like they have soil inside, where we can add a stem and flowers to look like the dolls are growing plants. This playset also comes with a small fountain with fish. There's a dragonfly that we can place on top. The fountain spins, and there's a little cat that we can attach to it. And it comes with a pink patio chair with a sculpted pillow. It's kinda small and low to the ground, but the dolls can sit on it. And check out the backdrop in the box. There is plastic heat sealed to it and a hole in the fountain, but this would be such a cute backdrop if it was designed to be usable. But that's okay, because we've got a doll box. Since it's October and Halloween is right around the corner, I thought we could make something with this midnight garden paper. I bought this book of scrapbook paper at Michael's a while back. It's got a nice little Monster High vibe with shades of purple, green, ooh that's cool, gold, more purple, and so on. This box gives us a large window in the front and one large wall on the back. The side is a little over 3 inches wide, so that's good. Let's cut along the bottom to open the box. We will have to glue the side of the box since it was originally held together with tape. But first, let's extend the height of the box so we can get 13-inch walls. We'll do the same thing for the back of the box, then cut both sides and remove the bottom of the box. So we have 2 large pieces with only side tabs. We can overlap and glue the tabs together. I'm just gonna push it over a little so that we can make it a little wider. I'm using the Naturalista doll box or packaging to help with spacing. Once that's glued, I cut off the other 2 side tabs, giving us pretty much the structure of our room. Let's take some thin black tape. I think this is 1/8 of an inch. I use the tape to make a grid to hopefully look like a window. I cut a few strips of paperboard from another box that I plan on gluing across the bottom. But before I do, I cut a few more strips to glue on top. Let's use our silicone molds and hot glue to make a few decorations that we can glue on top. Okay, not sure how evenly spaced these are, but we're gonna just glue it right here underneath the window after we paint it. But first, let's take some of the Naturalistas packaging. I'm gonna carefully peel this glossy layer off of the front, then repeat to make two. I cut a line 3/4 of an inch on one side and across the top, stopping 3/4 of an inch from the other side. Then I flip it over and score a line 3/4 of an inch from the edge, making a door. Cut leftover paperboard into strips to glue around the edges. Building up the layers, we can add a few hot glue embellishments. We can add a few dots of hot glue. Then I take another dot and I'm just gonna touch it on top and lift up to make doorknobs. And now we have two doors for our space, one that can open and one that doesn't. I place everything inside the box to check out spacing, then use more paperboard to make a little wall piece like we did here to go between the doors. Add more hot glue, and we're just about ready to paint. On the center here, right where this door is going to go, I'm going to add another piece of paperboard just to make it nice and flat. I paint the paperboard pieces black, giving everything a nice base coat. I paint the center of the box and where it bends as well. Then let's brush on a little purple. I kind of just want it to be like a hint of purple. I bring in a slightly lighter shade to make sure we get those highlights, making sure the corners still have a little bit of a shadow. Let's add a little gold to the doorknob. Once everything has been painted, I pick out a scrapbook paper and glue it into the box in the areas that will not be covered by the paperboard. I make sure to avoid the bend so our box won't have a problem closing. Then begin gluing on our paperboard pieces, including the one that goes under the window. But before I glue on the door that can open, I take some bright green glitter paper and fold it in half. Glue one side to the inside of the door, then glue it into the center of the box. Then let's add fairy lights. I glued the battery pack at the bottom. Hopefully that will give us a nice glow. Now let's use ribbon to make some curtains. Cut a few strips and glue them on. I folded over and glued the edges of one to look like folds in a curtain. We could also add a sheer piece of ribbon and then just pull part of it back. Then add a strip of velvet on top. And I glue another piece of ribbon above the window to finish that edge. Then stand it up on wood grain paper, and we've got a doorway at the end of a hallway. All this purple is giving a little Monster High vibe, and we can totally use a piece of art right there on the wall. So let's run to the store. I went to Michael's to take a quick look at their Halloween decorations. I don't even want to know what's going on there. But I did find this picture with an image that shifts for 50% off. And we're back. Here's a portrait of a woman who is a vampire. I removed as much as I could from the back to make it lighter, then attached it to the wall. Now we just have to see if our door is going to give us a little glow. I turned it on. Now let's turn off the lights. And yeah, we got a little glow. And of course, we could always glue the battery pack on the outside if we want the door to close a little more. But now we have a new doll room in a doll box where we can pretend like the dolls are at a spooky Airbnb. Wednesday could be walking the halls. The dolls could be setting up for a Halloween party. Oh yeah, and I picked up these little donuts at Michael's as well. Or Draculaura could be visiting family. And of course, we can fold everything up and put it away for easy storage when we're done. Thank you for joining us while we made another doll room and a doll box. Let us know what kind of rooms you would like to see in the comments down below. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell and follow us on Instagram and YouTube at MyFroggyStuff and Bella of MyFroggyStuff on Instagram. And we will see you next time. Bye!